Hello everyone, Lord.agion here, another Grey Goo Replay. Spawn on the bottom right side. As the blue beta player, we have Cold Blood 99. Spawn on the top left side as the red beta player, we have IPRAY. Nice to get back into Grey Goo. Been casting some other replays and other games. They're on my other channels now, so I separated, if you are not aware, I separated the four major replay. Why am I trying to highlight this? I'm trying to pictureize like the end of screen menu, not menu, like links I have on my channel. But I'm trying to imagine it right there. By the way, I have separated my. Interesting. He was building those three hubs and then sacrificed all three. Well, stopped, canceled, not exactly sacrificed, all three of the hubs, and now he's starting to rebuild them. Looks like he's building fourth small hub and planning to get a grand total of 8 more war factories. But there is an attack on the way. We do got some early commandos out. Looks like just pumped down these 2 war factories. There's only 1 refinery, also to note. So this is going to be some early aggression. He's trying to get some harvesters, trying to stop that. He didn't stop that one from collecting, and he probably won't stop that one either. He needs to make sure when it comes out, he doesn't blow up his own units. He's going to actually focus on the commando. Might as well eliminate the force attacking him. As you can see, he backed away, and he just doesn't have exact enough DPS since they fully heal once they enter the refinery. Or extractor. And the refinery, I guess. He does not get the kill on that one. He could get the kill. No. He just have a brief moment of not firing, and now he has more commandos here. These commandos will now guarantee the death of these harvesters, collectors. But there is a really early center-middle expansion, the 13 rich catalyst field. And there is a lot of commandos here. You hear that machine gun fire. Not like a machine gun, but with all those cannons, it sounds like machine guns. Is it technically a cannon? Because it's quite awfully large. In real life, anything above 20mm and above is considered a cannon. So 20mm is actually a pretty small caliber when thinking about cannons, at least. And it does actually destroy that extractor, and now he could get that extractor before it's fully built. It only it doesn't have any armor anyway, so it's easy to get the extractor. Now he's only on to the next harvester. Looks like he is going to double expand in the center. Looks like there's 2 refineries there, which is going to make up the fact that his opponent has 3 refineries, but he has completely denied one. He has now completely denied the second one. And he needs these commandos up now. His economy is at -8. It's not too bad, but the problem is with only 1 refinery, that is pretty bad. Denying this economy is very nice. He's even going to set up a forward staging point here. Very, very nice. He could set up. I want to see somebody build some walls and wall their opponent in their base and get some predators and jump on the post to help protect the walls. That would be a bit over. It would be a contained. Your opponent could still break out of that, but it might be a very good option. These predators need to get in fighting now. They have 3 armor. The commandos only have 4 damage. It would take 140 shots for them to take down 1 predator. He's basically building these extractors here just to draw some fire away from his actual refiners. You do got a hailstorm out. Hailstorms do have 20 damage. Commandos have 80 health, so 2 more shots, and these commandos can go down. Now you see these predators. He doesn't have a force. His units are pretty wounded. He could take them back to base, build a repair pad. Yes, a repair pad. Something I don't see very often. Is a good way, like if you have a damaged unit, just pull it back to your base and get it repaired up. He is going to put a wall mount there. That's pretty much nothing. That's now 1,040 health commando. But yeah, this forward staging point can be quite effective. He's getting some stalkers, getting some AT out. Very nice. He could go for more refineries. He does have a small hub here, so he's going to probably eye for more economy. Yes, he is. There's his force here. He doesn't have any Do note the hailstorms do not have any armor, so his commandos could try to rush forward and take out the hailstorms, but it will be very costly. These stalkers, he needs to have more of these on the front line to deal with this armor. This forward staging point is in a pretty vulnerable spot right now without anything to protect it. He is going to eye for the hailstorms. One of the hailstorms will go down. The next one, it's going to be very close, but these predators are not engaging. The hailstorm does run away, and he was unable to catch it. Now these buildings, he might just want to sell them off, because they're pretty much dead. Do know his economy is overabundant at this point. He may want to build a large factory here or something. These refiners are now very vulnerable. This base head will be destroyed. He needs to get a force here and a blocking force in that bush. Perhaps, I wouldn't say large factories. Large factories, of course, are bigger than small factories. Or regular factories. Luckily, the 10 armless buildings will slow down the force quite a bit. Perhaps maybe he should build some walls. That's also another good blocking force. A lot of people don't think walls as a possibility. Hangar, not a repair pad. I was hoping it was repair because I want to see something different. Walls can be a great blocking force because that's actually what they're designed for. A wall for them just to block their way. Do note the economy for the blue beta player is still at +7. You don't want a +7. You want it down to +1, +2, 0, -1, -2. In my opinion, 0 is a very good number, especially when you should sell them, you know. We are going to see some warbirds. I think that's warbirds. Yeah, that's warbirds, not Nimbus. Warbirds are actually, they don't have the splash damage. I would say they're not as effective as ground targets like scythes, but they can still be quite effective. They're mobile, they can fire their salvo quite quickly, get back to base, rearm, come out. So they can make a lot of sorties. Do got some expansion in here to the nice rich 13 catalyst pool. And quite honestly, the southern beta player, the blue beta player, I would imagine he would expand a lot more, would have got more production structures, because he's been floating quite a bit of money. We are going to see some Nimbus catalyst bombs, very nice. Double hangar, in fact. Looks like this is artillery base. Looks like he's going to have a hangar of warbirds, a hangar of bombers, Nimbus bombers. The Nimbus Catalyst Bomb will make it so his weapons will do a huge pool of damage over time. There's no instant damage except for the initial ticks. So it does sacrifice ambush type, basically type damage versus sustained very powerful area effect damage. Actually, the total damage is actually the same. But however, the incendiary bombs have a weapon penetration of 10, so they'll pierce all armor. This just so annoys me. Red player has blue units on the minimap. The blue player has green. I really wish it just shows blue for the minimap and red on the minimap. Perhaps maybe I can angle it. Will this switch it around? It did not switch it around. Some games are like that. If you switch around the colors, it also switches around the colors in the minimap. This large hub is getting hit. It is in the building stages, so it is taking full damage. In fact, that's actually enough commandos to actually beat his building rate. He's probably going to eye that for a hand of rook. Not many people actually take up to the large hub unless they're eyeing a hand of rook eventually. It could be just for getting all the production structures for one building, and then he turns a hand of rook after he gets some units out from it, but it usually eyes for a hand of rook. You got a large number of predators here and a couple hailstorms. No upgrades, so no move and shoot hailstorms. We do got a nice flanking force. He's probably should eye the artillery, but taking out the primary force is also a good idea. A lot of this force is stalkers, but there's enough commandos here. And whoa! I just realized those warbirds actually took out 3 out of the 4 artillery, or at least 3 of the 4 artillery went down. Another thing, red building, blue health. Blue units, red health. It's backwards. We do got a massive base head here. The southern player, he had a great, strong start, but he's really falling behind economy and production at this point. Granted, any more refineries here would drain out the catalyst field quite quickly, because you can see this field's actually draining up pretty quickly at the same rate as, actually at a faster rate than his initial catalyst pool here. Let's go and see an engagement right here, maybe soon. But if he were to spot out this, it's a pretty vulnerable target at this point. The Warbirds coming in, no Nimbus bombers, which is interesting since he got the Nimbus Catalyst upgrade. Maybe it doesn't show his hand that he got that upgrade yet, or maybe it was, he decided not to get Nimbus. Do you know this refinery does not have any extractor to go along with it? Or I think that's what he's trying to do here. These warbirds need to come back. They are rearmed. He needs to get this one in the control group also. I'm assuming it's a control group. The warbirds going to come in. They're going to, let's see, the warbirds' exact damage is 30 by 5, so they can do up to 150 each. Their rate of fire is 1. Well, I'll show you. So their rate of fire, they're firing off the salvo now, doing quite a bit of damage. He's going to eye for the artillery, focus them down. Quite a bit of overkill per artillery unit, because he could have got this one with that salvo. But they rearmed and refit quickly. Do have a Hand of Rook. This was a very vulnerable base head. It looks like he's going to eye for a second Hand of Rook eventually. Perhaps after the first one goes down. This large hub should try to build to a Hand of Rook now as soon as possible. He had that large hub much earlier than his opponent, but he never built the buildings to go along with it. These stalkers were killed. They're trying to eye for the hailstorms. But there's just way too much of a blocking force here to actually for them to reach it. We do got a single warbird, so if the rest of the warbirds are coming. The warbirds will destroy the rest of the artillery, and now they should just fire the salvo and the rest of this ground force. Hand of Rook is 340 away from being complete. If he doesn't put any AA garrisons into it, these warbirds can whittle it down, perhaps even kill it eventually. Let's see, 8 warbirds. Let's see, that's 150 times 8. That's 800. Looks like it's 1200 damage per salvo run. So, and they do rearm pretty quickly, so after... Don't know what the exact arm... What is the exact arm of a Hand of Rook? Is it... What is it? Is it 10 armor or 6 armor? These guys have any weapon penetration? They do not. So depending on their weapon penetration... Well, they don't have any weapon penetration. I don't remember the exact armor. It's either 6 or 10. Don't remember what exactly. Because they do have 1,200 damage and per salvo for all of them combined. If you were to remember this one, but there is armor to that thing, so it all depends how much armor it has. It's probably 10 armor. If that is the case, that'd be 20 times 5. That's 100. So that's only 800 damage per run. So it takes 3? No. It takes 4 or 5 runs to be able to take out a Hand of Rook, which a Hand of Rook can do its damage before then, but there needs to be AA garrisons. In this video, we're going to see avalanches gain the move and shoot. Ooh, avalanches. I love avalanches. They're basically the equivalent of a sniper in this game. Doing 150 damage, weapon penetration 10. There's actually a large force here. There is AA here. He probably should get at least either 6 guardians or 6 cloudbursts to that to the Hand of Rook now. Replay sort of slightly slow down. This commando's coming in for a scout, but will be destroyed. And getting that looks like actually those are red extractors. There's not much catalyst left on this field, so that's actually not a very good idea to expand there. But to contest his opponent's current extractors and bases there, it's a very good idea. And all these warbirds are being sent in to die. There's way too many cloudbursts. Every single one of those warbirds just went down. Is he going to rebuild them with Nimbus? That's pretty much House's only saving grace to deal with this Hand of Rook. Now he doesn't have anything to deal with the Hand of Rook effectively. He's way too far away from getting his own Hand of Rook. So once that, I've been saying Hand of Rook a lot, but it will be the end of the Southern player without that Hand of Rook. Cloudburst firing, though they're not very strong, but they do have, if you're going to have a lot of them to deal with aircraft, might as well get them to also build the attack ground units. Do you know there's quite a bit of force here? They're going he's probably going to eye to take out the base. Dealing with the walls, it's sort of necessary to deal with these walls because they can provide their own, like, units can be mounted up into them, but they just have so much health that it's really hard to deal with them. And this force here is now responding. This force is way outmanned. And with all these units actually sort of lagging up my game. We got some reinforcements, so he has a very nice conclave for the blue beta player. He's actually doing quite a bit of damage. He just went a general attack move in the center, and he's actually going to win this fight. I thought he was going to be outmanned. It just shows you how bad cloudbursts are versus ground units. And now these actually commandos are going to clean up the rest of the force here, since commandos were actually probably more effective versus all the stalkers. Do have reinforcing stalkers here. We do got another massive wave of units here. The Hand of Rook is complete, but he has sort of forgotten about it. Is there going to be a wave? Do you have 2 waves of avalanches here? That is a lot of avalanches. Harvesters gain additional armor. Has he rebuilt those warbirds? No, he has Nimbus now. That's good. Now he's actually going to use that upgrade of his. Actually, wait, those are red Nimbus. That warbird needs to get into the fight now to try to take out one of these Nimbus. Eat some democracy. Interesting. But he does have Nimbus out. This warbird should have tried to engage, but actually doesn't have enough DPS to take down, well, enough damage in one salvo to take down Nimbus. And we're going to do 150, while the Nimbus has 175. So, do you know that this 13 catalyst pool is almost completely consumed? The red beta player has 60 plus 66, but he doesn't have. He's maxed on population. He needs, well, I guess, build more buildings. Silos. That's what he should build. He should build a large hub with just silos. Stockpile all that resources. He actually does have a silo. Wait. Did I get these 2 upgrades completely backwards? Yes. I was thinking the bottom one was the bottom player. The top one was the top player. And seeing it's blue and like blue on the mini-map. Oh, I made that entire mistake throughout this entire replay. Ay, ay, ay. Now that's embarrassing. Do you have these drive-by avalanches? Those destroy the entire large hub. They do actually not 150 damage, but 250. It. This is 6 avalanches. That is a massive amount of damage. It just takes 2 volleys to take down the headquarters. He takes down the refinery. This is actually part of the nail in the coffin for the southern player. He's losing so much infrastructure to this drive-by siege units. Boom! A Nimbus goes off the deck. There goes another Nimbus on the deck. These Nimbus are actually just are back for resupplying. This force is trying to engage here, but there's just actually not enough. These stalkers will be one-shotted by each individual avalanche. More infrastructure is going down, more avalanches. The Hand of Rook was nothing in this game. It was in fact these avalanches that were the MVPs. This is what will make the southern player lose the game. He's lost so much infrastructure. Does manage to take out 1 avalanches, but that's still nothing. There's still enough avalanches here to take down the headquarters. The headquarters is down. That entire large hub was down. All of his aircraft were shot down on the deck. He has lost almost all of his production structures. Not even any point to rebuild those hangars now. And he still forgot about this Hand of Rook. He is equipped with 3 Guardians. There's still 3 more garrison spots, but that Hand of Rook probably won't even been seen at the end of this map. He lost all of his refineries. He lost all of his production. That is game over. He has to deal with this Air Force. It's a lot of Nimbus. I love the Seeker stealth field. I'm surprised I didn't see it sooner. Or at all. More Guardians are getting put in the Hand of Rook. He's not even going to see the Hand of Rook. I don't think he's actually seen the Hand of Rook. He's probably going to tap out the game. The Predator actually got in the minimum range of the artillery, and then he gets killed. 4 commandos will just be shot down. They will manage to take out 1, the Hailstorms. Do they have a minimum range? Most games have. No, it doesn't look like they have a minimum range. Or do they? A lot of games, artillery do have a minimum range. And apparently, in this game, artillery does have a minimum range. It's just that it's right around here. It's actually a pretty short minimum range, but these commandos managed to take out that force, and this massive wave and Nimbus will destroy everything. Probably, actually, boom. That's enough bombs there to burn. There goes the small hubs. He has no production at this point. Plus 116 creds per second. And that is the end of the replay. What could the southern player done better? Perhaps maybe would expand or utilize his advantage a bit more, because he dealt with serious blow in the beginning, but he didn't really follow it up with more economy or more production. And well, he did have this base here, which was overrun. He didn't really have it up and building. I think it was probably too far close. He probably should have focused on more refining and so equivalent amount of production to go along with it than 6 proxy factories. But other than that, this is a very good replay. This is Lord.agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.